Hi, welcome to FatCat SEO. We're going to be displaying the type of web design that we provide. One of the most important parts about doing website design is making sure that your website can be found. FatCat ensures that all of our designs are SEO friendly. We'll be showing you the difference between a static HTML site and a content managed site. We'll also show you the cost benefits of choosing professionals over independent contractors. And we'll show you a brief overview of our small portfolio. SEO-friendly designs. Why is this important? Well, great websites aren't just found. Google and other major search engines need to know what kind of content is on your website, which is why sites that are built in Flash oftentimes aren't ranked very highly on search engines. Search engines need content, and they need content with your information about your site in order to index them correctly. Much like if you have a piece of paper and you're trying to file the piece of paper and it just has a bunch of pictures, how are you going to know how to index that versus the amount of content that's on it and the words on the paper that would help it rank or file better? And most importantly, the customers need to find your information. If there's no information on your website that a search engine can index, then oftentimes your customers aren't going to be able to find you. It also helps build your online presence. The way it does this is the more information about you out on the internet through the major search engines, the easier it is for your clients and potential clients to find you. And it helps build credibility with search engines. Google actually displays a lot of their information from their index on other search engines. So if you're on Google, you're actually on about 10 other search engines, and it helps build the credibility with them. And it also builds brand recognition. The more places that people can see your brand based on the information that is on your website, the better it is for your brand in general. Let's go ahead and talk about static HTML versus content management sites. First, we'll go over static HTML sites. Some of the pros are they are very easy to code. You can go online right now and with a couple of hours of your time and a little bit of software, you can learn how to code in HTML. They take up less space on your server, which means if you're limited on the amount of space on your web server, then this is an important aspect for you. And they're easy to take over. Oftentimes, all you need to do is give a web designer or a web company your credentials to get onto your server. They can go on there, download the HTML pages, and make the changes you need. Some of the cons about a static HTML site is they're very limited on the coding. There are other scripts, including JavaScript, that you can include into the web pages, but they take a lot more development than coding in a different language. And they are not easy to make revisions. Oftentimes, if you need to make revisions to a static HTML website, you need to hire a firm or purchase the software, learn the coding, download the files off of your server, make the changes, and then upload them, which can take a long time. And you need to know HTML to revise the website. Simply just downloading them oftentimes won't be enough. Let's go over what content management systems provide. Some of the pros for them is there's lots of flexibility. There's a huge community out there that provides support for content management systems or CMSs, and they are very easy to access. It's easy to make edits by the owner. Unlike a static site, a CMS allows you to log in with credentials, make changes to your content, upload images, delete pages, edit pages, etc. Without knowing any kind of coding language. And there's a ton of support, like I said previously, where you can go pretty much anywhere on the internet and find some kind of support for CMSs. Some of the cons are they are harder to code. They are written in a different language from HTML, which is called PHP, which means you have to learn the language, which is extremely hard compared to HTML. The principles are pretty much the same, but it's definitely a longer process. And there's a little bit of a steep learning curve. It's not a long learning curve, but it's definitely steeper, and the faster you get it, the easier it is. And they definitely take a lot longer to develop. Unlike a static HTML page, there are many other external pages that make up a PHP page, thus creating a longer development time. The cost benefits of choosing professionals. Professional websites will be unique to your company. There are a lot of smaller independent companies who buy web-based software or buy templates and simply modify them to create your website. They do it for very cheap, and oftentimes it's cost effective for the client to do this. What FatCat actually provides is a fully unique website that will be tailored to your company's needs. And you don't have to worry about being locked out of your website. We have contracts in place which will give you access to all of your files on the server at any given time. Oftentimes when dealing with independent contractors, if there's some kind of dispute, to be a little bit hostile, they can go in there, change passwords, and lock you out of your website. And there's a track record of companies creating better looking websites for other companies. Oftentimes independent contractors are just here to make a quick dollar. Unfortunately, when that happens, a lot of smaller companies will get taken advantage of, and their websites won't look that good, or they feel like they won't have got their money's worth. When dealing with a company, we have a reputation to uphold. Therefore, we have to provide better service and a better product. Templates will not be used to develop your website. Like I was saying previously, a lot of smaller independent contractors will purchase software, or it's simply a drag and drop situation, and they will get a decent looking website up. But when it comes to making the changes on that website, oftentimes it's very difficult. We develop everything from the ground up, from scratch, and there's never any software used to develop. We use a text editor for our PHP development, and we pretty much do everything from the ground up, from the very beginning. Every single one of your files will be custom tailored to your website. The images used will be royalty free. This is really important because a lot of independent contractors will simply go out and steal images from other websites. If that website has a copyright on that image, your website can then get in trouble or get sued, worst case scenario, for having their image on your website. We purchase all of our licensing for all of our images used on our websites, so you never have to worry about that. And our development staff is very good, and we can design and develop anything that your company needs on your site, whether it be custom tabs, custom forms, analytics tracking, custom phone numbers, you name it. We can develop pretty much anything your company is going to need for your website. Here's a look at some of the websites we've done recently for a cleaning company, a pest control company, a real estate staging company, and a logo design company. Well, thank you for your time, and if you have any other questions, as always, feel free to email us at hellofatcat@fatcatseo.com. Thank you.